YouTube, we did it. And by we, I actually mean the USA men's team winning the 2024 Paris Olympics gold medal. This is an exciting day for me, folks. If you guys have followed the channel for a while, you know I've talked about the Olympics and how the men's team stacks up against, the competition around the world, as well as previous versions of the USA men's team on this channel. And so I had to make a video and talk about this big achievement for the United States of America and us just, basically winning today versus France, the gold medal. If you guys do follow the channel, the deep dive series will start up again tomorrow. I'm just taking a brief pause to talk about this situation in this video, so don't worry about the deep dive series. It's not going anywhere. We're gonna finish it. In this video, I'm gonna actually be taking the time to talk about some of my favorite moments over the Olympics for the US men's team, some of my favorite moments from other teams, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna address France and, the French national team, as well as the rest of the world as far as their involvement and, future Olympics moving forward. But let's just be excited and happy right now if you're a Team USA supporter for this video, and that's what I am, so I'm gonna be sharing that, excitement and, enjoyment in this video. And let's talk about some of my favorite moments. I know you guys have been watching the Olympics as well, most likely, if you clicked on this video. And, some of my favorite moments include, first of all, just the entire roster, right? This 12-man roster was absolutely incredible, right? And, led by great coaches such as Steve Kerr and Coach Spo. But, this 12-man roster was so fun to watch play together. It really looked like they had a blast playing throughout the Olympics. And, there were some controversies throughout the Olympics as far as, who's playing, who's not playing. We saw Tatum sacrifice some minutes for the team. We saw Tyrese Halliburton, Joel Embiid at times do that as well. But overall, man, I think this team, just did such a good job. And I think, they had a lot of fun, as we could see all-time great players playing together. We had guys like LeBron James, Steph Curry, KD. This will likely be their last Olympics together. And so, to see them all on the floor together is so much fun, as well as guys in their prime right now, and some young guys coming up. So that's, a great memory for me, looking back on this team and in a few years with some nostalgia of how great they were, as a roster talent-wise. One of my favorite moments from this Olympics was LeBron, carrying the flag during that ceremony. Like that picture, I'm gonna put it up on screen right now if I can find it. That picture just goes so hard. I know you guys agree with that. Like, this picture goes so hard. I'm a LeBron fan, like a big-time LeBron fan. You could say a LeBron stan if you wanted to. I'd probably agree with you. And, he went absolutely bananas in this Olympics, okay? He looked like, at times, the best player on the floor throughout some of these games, and that's saying a lot considering the talent, not just from Team US on the floor at all times, but, mostly their competition had some superstars of their own. And LeBron really carrying this team on his back, being that vocal leader, as well as, anytime this team needed him in big moments, he stepped up. And, for a 39-year-old, like, he just took this so serious. And I think, having that responsibility on him really worked out. It was just so fun to see him play, in another Olympics and play the way that he did, because honestly, I don't know how much more we could have expected from him. He really looked like the MVP of this Olympics at times. And that's going to be one of my favorite moments as well. But watching him perform like that on a global stage is just so awesome. So, that is something I will definitely remember for the rest of my life. And, another thing that I got to mention as one of my favorite parts is Steph Curry just in general. Like, how awesome was his performance in the last two games? Okay, versus France and versus Serbia. In Serbia, the matchup, to get to this game versus France to win the gold, Steph Curry puts up 30+ points. And the way that Steph Curry just plays so free and so loose, and he looks like he's just having so much fun. And then today against France, hitting those absolute daggers from three in the fourth quarter to seal this game. That, that one over the two defenders late in the shot clock was just, I couldn't even believe it. I made a tweet about it. Like, it was just so fun to watch him, with these other guys, as well as just, he looked like he had a absolute blast in this Olympics. Him celebrating after that, those few threes at the end of this game was so cool. It was so cool to watch. That was one of the craziest shots I've ever seen in a basketball game. And then, to do it in that moment as well, like on a global stage, you're really icing this game, the dagger from three, and he hits like 4 threes within the last few minutes. It was wild. Steph Curry was awesome to watch this year in the Paris Olympics. Another great moment for me, right, was Kevin Durant's record. He breaks the scoring record for the US men and women in the Olympics. This is his fourth gold medal for the US men's team, which is wild. That is so much longevity, greatness for him. He played a big factor in the final few games of this series, hitting a big shot versus Serbia late in that game. It actually looked like a similar shot to, if you guys remember, his Brooklyn Nets shot, over PJ Tucker, where they would lose to the Bucks, but the one where he had his foot on the line, like, it was that level of skill that it took. It was a fadeaway, 20-footer, just, in front of the three-point arc. Like, it was insane level of skill that he can make those shots consistently. Today as well, at the time we recording this video, was game versus France, and he, again, these pull-up threes that he's hitting, I believe it was the first game game of the group play, he went absolutely crazy, shooting a perfect game, I believe. So, Kevin Durant breaking that record's a big moment for him. It was fun to watch, and, I'm really much respect and props to him, for doing that kind of stuff for so long, and having his fourth medal, breaks the U.S. men's record for, amount of gold medals a person has. Like, that is nuts. Much respect to Kevin Durant. Definitely, I would say, for me as a 76ers fan, watching Joel Embiid in this Olympics was probably my favorite memory. If I have any viewers from France right now, like, watching this video, like, I don't mean any ill will towards you guys. I'll talk about you guys at the end of the video because, I do have a lot of great things to say about your team and your country and the way you showed up in this Olympics. And I know Joel Embiid is not the most likable person for you guys and, for a lot of fans around the world. But, for me, like, this is my guy. He's my best player on my 76ers. He's one of the best players in the world. I don't think anyone could deny that. But, for one, just watching him with Team USA was a lot of fun for me. I know the beef between him and, choosing France. He actually didn't end up doing it. He could have, right? But I don't know that I've ever actually watched a 76ers player in the Olympics, now that I think about it. I know AI did it in 04. I didn't watch that. In 08, I don't think there was any 76ers. I could be wrong. I don't think so. Iguodala was in it, but I don't think he was with the Sixers in 2012 or was it 2016, 2012? I can't remember. But for, Joel Embiid just to represent my team was really cool. And then, his dunk in the Serbia game was absolutely wild. Joel Embiid's performance in that Serbia game towards the end of the game really kept us in it, and he was actually just hooping on both ends. He had some big time blocks. He had some big time shots over Jokic and stuff like that. He was pretty consistent from three, throughout the last few games. I know he was streaky, and I know he got into a lot of rhythms and in and out of rhythms. He made some bad turnovers, right? Sometimes he was caught napping on defense. Like, I get all this stuff about Joel. You don't have to tell me. I watch him every day for my Sixers, but like, I just thought the Serbia performance was super gutsy. The dunk was absolutely wild, and some of his like celebrations were just so funny. Joel's, at his heart, I think he's just a great guy who's, loves to have fun, and I do think he can get on people under people's skin, get on their nerves. I get that. Like, if I was, a Knicks fan or, a French national team fan, like, I would probably hate Joel Embiid. Like, I really would. He's pretty obnoxious sometimes, but like, some of these celebrations were just so funny to me. Like, and then Snoop Dogg, doing the chop as well. Like, that was so funny. But yeah, Joel Embiid, for me as a Sixers fan, watching him in this Olympics, for my country was pretty amazing, and I think having, like he said, having Hakeem Olajuwon do a similar thing when he was in the Olympics, played for Team US, I think that was really cool. Joel Embiid has got a lot of Hakeem comparisons throughout his career, and I think, Hakeem doing this first really makes it like a little bit more respectable for Joel to do, I think. And again, there's going to be people that disagree with his choice to play for US. I'm totally cool with that. You guys can feel however you want. I respect everybody's opinion and stuff like that. But, for me, in this position I'm in, where I live in the world and, in the US as well, like, it's just, Joel Embiid's my guy. But yeah, Snoop Dogg as well. I mean, we mentioned the moment where he was laughing at Joel Embiid and doing the celebration along with him. Like, that was fun. Also, one more thing for Joel Embiid. The way that, the Team US really stuck up for him, and I think, celebrating him having big plays and stuff like that and getting behind him, I think that was really cool for me to see, because you watch, you go online or you watch, certain things from the media and everybody's just blasting him constantly, which again, I get that he does some of that stuff to himself, no question about it. I don't agree with it, but I'm biased, clearly. So I'm probably not gonna, but like, some of it, I totally understand where some of you guys are coming from if you hate Joel. But what I'm saying is, like, having US stick up for him and those guys really get behind him, celebrate him, that was really cool for me to see as well. But for Snoop Dogg, again, the Embiid celebration, but then, carrying the flag as well, I think that was a cool moment. He was a ambassador of our country in a way, in some, indirect way or whatever. I think that was a really fun experience for him, probably. And I'm a big Snoop Dogg fan as well. So this is a cool moment, for me to watch. And then also Serbia, the game versus Serbia. First of all, shout out to Serbia. Bogdan Bogdanovic was absolutely cooking us. Jokic was absolutely cooking us. Like, they played so well. And, I really got to give them a lot of respect. Again, we'll get to France in a little bit, trust me. But like, the game versus Serbia, that was one of the greatest games of basketball I've ever watched. One of the most, like, heart racers for me. I've had a few as a Sixers fan. The Kawhi Leonard, the game where he hit the shot over Embiid, that comes to mind as a heart racer. But like, we really looked like we were out of it. I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were done for. And then here comes Embiid, here comes Curry, here comes LeBron, KD hitting that big mid-range shot, as I mentioned, but Embiid on both sides of the floor, he really, kept us in it. And then towards the end of the game, a lot of those guys stepping up, hitting big shots. Devin Booker, like, that was so exhilarating for me to watch as a fan, and it's really a testament to how great, great, some of these countries are, that they can, put us in a situation with all the great talent we have on our roster, that they could just put us in a situation like that. But just, I think the way we responded to that was awesome. And it was one of the most hyped things and moments of my basketball viewership, in my life. So that Serbia game was awesome. That finish was awesome. And much respect to Serbia for, having that happen in the first place. Let me know down in the comment section, no matter what country you're from, no matter what team you supported, what are some of your favorite moments, throughout this 2024 Paris Olympics for the basketball? Like, do you have anyone in particular? Do you agree with some of mine? I definitely want to hear yours, because I'm curious to see if you guys have a moment that I forgot about. It's only been a few weeks, but like, I'm sure I left out a few that I really enjoyed. So I want to hear from you guys, especially, and particularly anywhere in the world. So you don't have to be US fans to share. But with that out of the way, I do want to address the just kind of my admiration for where the game has gotten to around the world. And we could talk about France and Serbia, but France, well, I think we'll start with France. Okay, so for one thing, if you're a fan of Team France, like, you guys played your absolute hearts out. I was watching at the end of that game when Wemanyama was crying, and it really actually made me a little bit emotional. I'm not ashamed to say that. As a basketball fan, I can get passionate, I can get emotional, and that's another man, just giving everything he had to this game and everything he had to his country. And that, if that doesn't make you emotional, no matter where you're from, I don't know, man. I think that you might be missing some feelings inside of you, because, like, I don't know, I just think that was such a beautiful moment that really summed up the Olympics and what they're all about to me. Is Wemanyama crying at the end of the game and just hugging his family and stuff like that, and shaking hands with the US team. Like, that moment is just that I will never forget that kind of thing. And it's just really put it in perspective, like, how much some of this stuff means to these people. And if you're a fan of Team France, like, do not be discouraged, do not be upset that you got silver. Like, please don't, because I'm telling you, like, the fact that you were in that basketball game for so long against this stacked all-star roster just shows you everything you need to know about how great your team is. Wemby, in 4 years, when he's the best player in the entire world, okay, he's probably going to end up beating Team USA, solo squatting and getting the gold. Like, you guys have so much to look forward to. You made it so far, and honestly, at the end of that game, I thought there was a good chance they could really get ahead. But again, USA showed a lot of resiliency throughout the Olympics. But I'm just saying, like, if you're a fan of Team France or whoever it is, I think every team really maximized how great they were able to be, and I think we saw that in a lot of the results. And I think it is a valiant effort to make it this far against, again, a completely loaded, basically unfair matchup. I want to say unfair, but because these are all professional, great players at the end of the day. But you guys know what I mean. I mean, it's like an all NBA team versus, like, maybe a couple all-stars and a couple pro players overseas. It's just like, it's a little bit different, if I'm being honest. But again, I think the heart and the true valiant effort of these guys giving everything they have, sacrificing their bodies, sacrificing everything in their life. A lot of these guys are sacrificing future contracts, like putting their bodies on the line. Like, I just think if you're a fan of Team France, Team Serbia, any of these teams, like, man, I have so much respect for everybody in this tournament and competition. Like, let me take a moment to thank you, and hopefully you guys don't feel too down on yourselves for losing. This is about respect. This is about respecting each other's countries. This is about learning about different cultures and talking to new people, and basically experiencing competition at the highest level, whether you're directly in it or watching it from home, wherever it may be in the world. I respect you, and I hope you guys, I really wish you guys the best, no matter who it is. So that's kind of my spiel on it. Maybe it's a little corny, I don't know, but for Team France, just valiant effort. Again, when Wemby is the best player in the world in next Olympics in 4 years, it is going to be a very different French team, let me tell you, folks. But yeah, as far as like Team Serbia, I thought Bogdanovic and Jokic played amazing. South Sudan was one of the big teams that surprised me, especially in that exhibition tournament. They were absolutely amazing. Team Canada was great. Australia's great. I don't want to mention everybody because we'll be here all day, but like, every team I think got the best out of their guys, and I think it's just the result we have, right? But I really think I want to address, like, in the next Olympics in 2028, where this competition could be, because we already see how great some of these teams are, like Team France with 2 NBA, like all NBA caliber defensive big men, with guys like Nick Batum. Like, a lot of these teams have multiple NBA players, and a lot of great ones at that. I think in 4 years, like, there's a good chance USA will start to like blend in with some of these other teams. I mean, it's not going to be so separated like it is now in 4 to 8 years. I think this is by far the best I've seen the talent pool in the Olympics from team to team. You know, a lot of times you have like a couple teams that are real threats to the US, but like that's about it. And then, you know, this year it was like, holy cow, like a lot of these teams could beat anybody. Like they're that great. And I think you're just going to see that get better. I mean, I've talked about this on the channel. You could make a case, and I actually think it's a good case, that the top 5 NBA players right now are foreign-born players, and that is awesome. Like when you think about Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, and you know SGA, right? That's my top 5 right there, and those are all 5 foreign-born players. That's wild. You know, that's crazy stuff, and I think that, you know, only will ascend in the future. And I think, again, if you're a fan of one of these other teams, you know, you just got to be so thrilled about the promise and, you know, future that some of your teams possess. So hopefully you guys don't take it too hard, no matter where you're from. If you're a USA fan, leave a comment, leave a like. If you're from anywhere else, let me know where you're from. You know, I want to hear from you guys all around the world. It's crazy to me that, you know, people from everywhere watch these videos. I know that's like a boomer take, but like when I really think about it, like in the abstract, like it just doesn't really compute to me that somebody could be watching in the Philippines right now, or in France, or in Germany, or in Australia. Like I know about 70% of our viewers on this channel are American, and then the rest is like everywhere else, which is crazy to me, you know. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. You know, shout out to USA. You know, thank you guys for winning the gold for us again. You know, much respect to everybody from everywhere in the world. And you know, I just wanted to take a break from the deep dive series. I had to talk about this. We had to wrap up this Olympic series. We've been talking about the Olympics for a few videos now. I think this will be our 4th or 5th Olympic video on the channel. So, you know, I wanted to wrap up nicely and share some of my positive, you know, favorite moments from this, and give my great respect and appreciation and admiration for basketball fans everywhere, basketball players everywhere around the world. And what an amazing time we're in right now, and what an amazing game this is, right? And just, you know, the fact that we can all come together and enjoy something from everywhere in the world. There's so much stuff going on in the world that's not great, and I think things like this really put it in perspective. You know, we can enjoy something together. And you know, I've made more, you know, different friends throughout basketball, you know, just watching basketball, talking about basketball, than, you know, I probably ever would, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's like we all have something in common. So I think that's fun. But yeah, best sport in the world, and thank you guys for being a part of it with me on this channel. You know, again, if you're following the channel, deep dive series starts again tomorrow. If you have no idea what that is, which I'm sure some of you guys do, make sure you check it out. You know, we actually do deep dives for every NBA team in the, you know, for the NBA offseason, and, you know, we're basically diving deep into their 2025 season. So if you guys are interested in that, you know, make sure you guys check out the channel. You know, we're going to be covering every NBA team through the deep dive series. They're about 40-minute, 30-minute videos that I do, you know, discussing every possible thing I could think of about every team, what I think about it. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know, or, you know, check out the videos. There's plenty of them, right? We're about 21 teams through right now. So yeah, deep dive started again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Olympics as much as I did, and leave a like if you did. Comment wherever you're from and what you thought of this Olympics, and just what a great time. What a great time to be a fan. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day today, and a, you know, great next 4 years until the next Olympics, right? But again, I think USA is going to be in trouble in 2028. I really do. Not to get back into it and rant again, but like, you know, this is an unscripted video, but like, listen, if the, you know, competition is getting so much better each iteration of the Olympics, like, we are in trouble in 2028. And I think Victor Wemanyama is going to be the key of all of it, because he's going to be the best player in the world in about 5 years probably. So, you know, wishing him luck, wishing France luck. You know, don't be down on yourselves, man. You guys fought hard, and, you know, every country that gave everything they had to the sport and this, you know, to represent their country, I just have so much respect for you. Much love to everywhere in the world, and, you know, congratulations, USA. You know, I love it as a USA fan, but that's just kind of the way it goes. Hopefully you guys subscribe to the channel. You know, I don't want you guys to miss any more content. We talk about all things NBA every day on the channel, everyday uploads. So if you're an NBA fan, make sure you guys subscribe. We do really in-depth content here every day, and I will catch you guys in the next one, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the deep dive. Hopefully you guys, you know, will stick around, and this is your boy D Haven as always. Peace.